everybody, this is Kyle from Time to Back Out Productions here on the Replace Yourself Production Vlog, day 46. So what I want to talk about today a little bit is writing out that pesky Kickstarter or crowdfunding campaign on their website, actually filling in all the blocks, making sure you have all the information, picking rewards or perks. All that stuff is extremely time consuming. So if you're planning on launching in a week, you might be a little screwed. So I would say give yourself at least a month to do this. But first I want to give you guys a quick update as to what's going on. I'm sorry again for the radio silence. We have been working over here getting both the promo video going. I just am putting the finishing touches on it tonight. I think it's pretty awesome. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. I just sent it out to some of the cast and crew to have them check it out, especially the first part. Steele put together some music for us, and it's really good. I think we're all getting better at this filmmaking stuff, so I'm really happy about it. So back to writing that Kickstarter campaign. So when you go on their website, they have all these little tips and all that good stuff. Follow that as closely as you can. When I do them, I can tell you what I do and what has worked for us in the past is you want to go through and you want to explain what you're asking money for. You can't just say, hey, I need $10,000 to make a movie. People want to know, what's the movie about? You know, if the movie's going to be terrible, then obviously they're not going to give you money. So they can't tell that, you know, based on nothing. So you want to make sure both in your video and in that text below the video, you want to explain it, you know, as clearly as possible and as concise as possible. There's nothing worse than looking at a novel below your Kickstarter video and you know, forcing people to read pages and pages of information. So you want to keep it concise and clear and you know, get the information out the best way possible, basically. So once you have, you know, maybe a little synopsis of what your movie's about, you know, who you are and that sort of thing, you want to move on to what exactly you're using the money for. You need to rent equipment, say, hey, I'm renting equipment, I'm paying actors, you know, we're paying location fees, insurance, that kind of thing. In our case, you know, we own all of our own equipment, which is actually a selling point for us, so we specify that and, you know, explain that this budget would be a lot higher if we did actually have to rent equipment, so we try to keep things lean, that sort of thing. So once you get through the what and you know, what the project is about and what you're going to use the money for, that's when you get to your selling points. So some of our selling points are our cast and crew. We already have some people lined up. We've worked with them before. They've been successful, that sort of thing. I've pitched the video blogs, as in, you know, you can see what work we've done on this project. This isn't something we've dreamed up within the past month, so I have a link to all of that right there in that Kickstarter campaign. So they're also going to ask you information about yourself, so you want to make sure you upsell yourself as much as possible. You know, we make sure we put in that we won the Artist Review Film Fest, or got third place rather, and you know, information like that to make yourself look more successful, even though, you know, obviously it's tough to be a successful filmmaker in the indie realm, but you want to make yourself look as good as possible. So after you get through all of that, you got to go through the perks. Okay, now if you guys listen to podcasts and you kind of go through and look at some successful Kickstarter campaigns, you're going to see there's some really amazing perks out there, really amazing ideas for perks. Some of them are a lot of legwork on your part, some of them are a lot of money on your part. So when you're picking your perks, you want them to sort of line up with how much money they're giving. So if you go online and look how much it's going to cost to make a poster, if it's costing you, you know, $45 to make a poster, and that's your $50 perk limit, then you're only making $5. It's really not worth it. So you want to make sure you do the research and pick perks that work for the various you know, different levels of donations. So that's something we spent some time with, because I feel like our perks were always sort of rushed. So we actually spent a day and got Kramer in here and came up with some ideas for perks. So you guys can check those out when it launches, but I think there's some good ones out there. And again, I'm pretty excited about this. We've really put everything into this movie, so I'm hoping that we get funded. Fingers crossed. So, anyway, that's about it. I mean, make sure you have lots of media, pictures, that kind of thing in there. Make sure your video is awesome. I think that goes without saying. But, give yourself some time with it. Don't rush. The worst thing that you can do is have a hacky Kickstarter campaign when you're asking people for money. You want it to make it look professional, make sure there's no typos, that sort of thing in there. So, just make it your absolute best work. So, with that being said, as always, you can visit our website, ttbopproductions.com. From there, you can find links to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You guys know the drill by now. So I will check in with you guys next week. We are going to be launching May 9th. So I'll try to get a promo video out. Till then, we're actually meeting up next weekend with the crew, so maybe I'll shoot it then. So I'll catch up with you guys later.